Hello, this is leylahmurad, and we're back with the Colorfully Conscious podcast. How are you guys? I'm sending love, hugs, and food to your soul right now. I am recording this on Thanksgiving Day. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and it's very fitting because the topic that I'm going to be talking about is gratitude. So let's get into it. Get cozy and get ready. Gratitude. I would really love if you took this moment and just 2 seconds and ask yourself, what does gratitude mean to me? What does gratitude look like for me? It's a rhetorical question, obviously, because you cannot answer. But I want you to answer that for yourself, and maybe you take some time and actually think about that. It is often a subject that really kind of gets brushed over, but it gets brought up on days like today, which is Thanksgiving here in America. And it is a topic, and it is an area of focus which is extremely valuable and extremely important. Why? Go back to what you answered for your question and what it means to you, and what it brings you, right? So when we say I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for you, I'm grateful for whatever, it's showing, in another sense, you're saying I appreciate you, I appreciate my food, I appreciate this. But at least from my perspective, what I've noticed living in America for all my life, Americans tend to take gratitude for granted. What does that mean? We take everything for granted, honestly. The little things to the big things. From having a bed to sleep in, to having food to eat, to having a sibling to talk to, like, on so many levels, on so many occasions, in every moment, simply. Once you start doing a daily gratitude practice, which I'll talk about towards the end of the episode, it grounds you in a sense, and it brings you back to reality, right? This is, if I know I'm kind of talking about Thanksgiving, but like if you're celebrating with family today, that is privilege. That is that is something to be grateful for, to be surrounded with family, to have food to eat, to live on this land. We're not going to get into it as much as I would love to get into the land we're actually standing on here in America. Be grateful that you have ownership in some way, shape, or form. Anywho, I just, I really, here, let's start with this. If you take the time right now, and not right now, continue listening. Take the time after you're done listening to Google. Google how many people in the world do not have access to technology, whether that be a phone, a computer, a television. Google how many people in the world do not have access to technology and sit with that number for a second, okay? You know how many people do not have access to what we consider very essential items, right? At least in America, it would be unfathomable to not have a computer and a phone, for at least for the most of us, because that is quite essential, whether that's for school, whether that's for work, or for personal reasons. That is really considered a necessity. And just think about that for a moment and reflect on that number. And that is something to be grateful for. I'm not here to scrutinize you. I'm just here to have you kind of realize how many things you've been taking for granted, how many years you have maybe missed out on gratitude and the aspect of gratitude because you've been so caught up in consumerism and focusing on what you don't have versus focusing on what you do have. That is very essential. That is very important, because what you have right here, right now, is something someone else doesn't. What you have right here, right now, is what something else prays for at night. What you have right here, right now, is someone's dream. Um, so I really want you to take the time and reflect and appreciate. Not even just say, oh yes, I'm grateful, but like really sit with that and truly mean it, right? Um, I'll talk about some of the things I'm grateful for, because I'm passionate about this topic, because so often it gets brushed over and it doesn't get brought up at the dinner table. It doesn't get brought up in a conversation with your friends, like, at least, well, then you're hanging around the wrong. No, let me stop. Like, this isn't something that gets talked about often, and it is quite essential in our daily lives. And I'll take a couple of moments and I'll say, I'm grateful to simply be alive right here, right now. I'm grateful to have an opportunity to further my education. I'm grateful for the friends and my family in my life right now. I'm grateful for the people who uplift me, and I'm grateful for the people who came before me. And to have food to eat, to have a bed to sleep in. The list goes on and on. There's so much to be grateful for, and I've talked to people before, and it's like, I can't find anything to be grateful for. And I'm just like, I want to point it out to them, and I want to tell them, like, what do you mean? Like, you don't have water? You don't have fresh water to drink? That's another thing I want you guys to Google how many people do not have fresh water currently in the United States and outside the United States. But I can't force those people to see and appreciate their lives. That's something they have to do for themselves, and the only way I can is by appreciating my life, because then maybe they might take time and reflect on theirs, like such as this moment right here, right now. It's the little things, right, you guys? If you find yourself in a position, it's like, I have nothing to be grateful for, and it's like, you can sleep, right? Some people suffer from insomnia. Some people don't have a bed. Some people don't have a roof over their head. Some people don't have a blanket. Some people don't have a laptop. Some people can't listen to this. The list goes on and on, right? And like I said again, this comes from a place of privilege. This comes from a place of status. This comes from, just not really reflecting on how much you do have, and always wanting more, and craving things you don't have versus appreciating what you do have. This isn't something you only bring up on Thanksgiving. You don't text someone, I'm grateful for you, one day out of the year, and if you do, that's fucked up. Okay? Text someone every day. No, not text them. Just, I want you here. If you do not have a gratitude journal, I highly recommend you go to like the Dollar Tree, or buy some post-it notes. Get something little. Doesn't have to be big. And every day, I challenge you, because maybe you guys will do it if it's a challenge. I challenge you and encourage you to write 3 to 5 things, not much, 3 to 5, every single day about what you're grateful for. And really watch how your life and your perspective and your innocence and your sense of well-being shifts. Hear me out. Okay? Practice gratitude daily, and more things to be grateful for will show up. I can say that from experience. Because if you're not grateful for what you have right now, how can you bring in things to your life to be more grateful for? That doesn't make sense. If you're not showing appreciation and acceptance and gratitude for what you have right now, honey, don't expect to be asking for more. Don't expect to be wishing more. You have to be grateful for what you have right here, right now, okay? Get a journal. Get some sticky notes. Every day, write 3 to 5 things. And it can be, if you find yourself repeating it, that's fine. But yeah, try to think of some new things. Whether it's water, whether it's a shower, whether it's sunshine, the sky, the ability to see, the ability to hear, that you have ears to listen to my beautiful voice right now, the ability to speak. Some people do not have these abilities. Some people don't have these gifts, you guys. And I want you to realize how grateful you can be, how much of appreciation for this life you have right here on this earth planet, to really not take it for granted, because someone woke up without a life today, and I don't mean to get too serious, but someone woke up without a life today. Someone woke up without their dog today. Someone didn't wake up today, okay? And please be grateful. That's all I ask. Okay, guys, I know this was kind of a little different episode, but I'm here for it all, right? It's colorfully conscious, and I want you to be conscious about the many things in life that are colorful and the black and white. Be thankful for what you can see and what you can't see and what you have seen. That way, I want you to cultivate more things to be grateful for, because gratitude is beautiful and it's an essential life skill, okay? I'm gonna put that on my resume. Oh, let me stop. Anyway, this is Layla signing off, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful existence. Take care. If you love what you heard and would love to hear more, please don't hesitate to support me by going to anchor.fm/colorfullyconscious/support to help further this podcast journey. Thank you so much.